Hi and welcome to the second attempt at a blog video, and I hope you enjoyed the first one or you're stumbling across these slowly. I'm still trying to work out the audio, so bear with me please. So the one I've picked this time is the Pale Rider. Link to the video that I'm discussing is going to go into the comments section, just because I think it's easier than being pulled up for copyright. So if you're interested, just go click on that and have a look, and maybe come back or have a look later. So here goes with the one I'm going to pick for today. So please don't make any assumptions about my religion just because I've picked this. It's really just something that I think is interesting. The quote that I'm going to go with is from Revelation. So that's, "When the Lamb opened the fourth seal, I heard the voice of the fourth living creature say, 'Come and see.' I looked, and there before me was a pale horse. Its rider was named Death, and Hades was following close behind him. They were given power over a fourth of the earth to kill by sword, famine, and plague, and by the wild beasts of the earth." So Death himself is the only one named in Revelations, and unlike the others, never got a weapon. Instead, he was followed around by Hades. However, many illustrations have given him a scythe, and that has become his media weapon of choice. Chloris is the colour that is used to describe his horse, meaning either a greenish yellow or sort of pale pallid colour. The idea that even the horse he rides on is this kind of sickly pallid looking mount that he rides, that obviously is unmistakable given that it looks probably as dead. So the video that's below was called out as a fake, and immediately following that there were more videos discussing camera lighting, aspects of the scientific phenomena, going into the idea of whether it was Photoshop, that kind of thing. So I'm not going to go into that. You can read the comments yourself. I was really more looking at it from a different angle, which is, regardless of your religion, it might be worth taking a moment to think about it. Why would the horsemen have to appear as physical entities, and why wouldn't the mere symbolism of them be enough? The imagery of the horseman does not necessarily need to appear in a profoundly obvious way. Surely a sign of him could be something like this camera flare, or things that really they could probably give people a bit of fun as well. I'm sure they're not exactly devoid of a personality if we're going by the descriptions. So as well as that, I got to thinking about one of the games that I like, and when I originally wrote the post I was playing this game. It's called Darksiders, and in it you play war. Since then they've released another one where you can play death. So I'm not going to go on about the game, and I'm not going to make it about that. If you want to play it, play it. If you enjoy it, I'd like to know. If you don't, then feel free to tell me why. So I think I've been suckered into a bit of the apocalypse thing, maybe doom porn or whatever you want to call it. But one of the things that I thought about was, why does it necessarily have to come through as something really obvious? So we talk about the trumpets in the sky and these kind of things. Well, maybe in this modern skeptical market, that's not the way to go. For instance, I can't watch preachers on TV. I find them thoroughly depressing and actually quite off-putting. They're not going to convince me. However, I might think twice about it when I'm looking at a game and trying to see the message through there, because although I might be skeptical, I'm thinking about why they've put that message in there. So maybe media needs to, well, maybe they've adapted to our media because that's the way that we have to go forward. And again, I'm not saying that necessarily I believe that, but I think it's certainly worth having a consideration about. So I'd be interested to hear your thoughts and views on this, and if you'd like to leave a comment or subscribe and give me any encouragement, then I would really appreciate it. Thank you.